Hey everybody, welcome to Massimo Motivation. My name is Christopher Massimo, and today I'm going to cover 3 things that you really need to be paying attention to right now during your quarantine with coronavirus. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Again, this is Massimo Motivation. I'm Christopher Massimo, and today, the 3 things I'm going to cover with you that you really need to be paying attention to for yourself and for your family are isolation, health and wellness, and boredom. So let's start with isolation. Obviously, being stuck at home, being quarantined, not being able to leave the house for non-essential purposes. A lot of places are on lockdown right now. That's going to cause issues across the board for different diagnoses. And with a lot of my clients, it's really been a hit or miss. It's either this quarantine's either made things a lot worse, or in fact, it's actually opened the door for a lot of opportunities when it comes to feeling lonely and being able to reach out to other people and getting better at that. For some people, they needed to be removed from some of the toxic individuals in their life, right? So that isolation has helped them. And others still, they being removed from their colleagues, being removed from their friends has caused more issues. So in 2018, Cigna actually did a study on loneliness and on this feeling of isolation. And they studied 20,000 people, and almost half of them said that they felt lonely or sometimes feel alone. And 40% of those 20,000 actually reported, even in their relationships, feeling like those weren't meaningful or that they felt isolated within those relationships. So compound that with being stuck at home with that spouse that maybe you guys don't have that great communication with, or in that environment where you don't have readily access and availability to people in your life to communicate with. That can cause a lot of issues. And so I'm telling clients, listen, use Discord, use FaceTime, join. There's a lot of online, Zoom's getting destroyed right now, but there's a lot of online groups, webinars, podcasts. I mean, there's a lot of ways to connect with people virtually right now, but especially with your family. Go for a walk. I had one of my clients went out to the Grapevine Lake near where I live, and they sat out there for 30 minutes and just reflected away from other people. So they had the social distancing, and then they came home and talked about what that was like for them. But you have to find ways to engage, and I would prefer those ways to be with the people you're already naturally with, that you're already stuck in the house with, right? Make sure you nurture those relationships first. Now, on the health and wellness side, you can look at hundreds, if not thousands, of studies that demonstrate why eating right and working out is important for your mental health. Okay, we know that exercise can treat mild to moderate depression as effective as antidepressants without the side effects. That's been proven. Okay, one example done by a Harvard professor actually found that running for just 15 minutes a day or walking for like an hour reduces major depression by like 25-26%. In addition to relieving the depressive symptoms, it also increases it decreases the likelihood of you relapsing in certain areas of your life. So if you have some type of behavioral problem, some type of addiction, it could really impact your ability to steer away from those bad habits. And for some of us who are stuck at home, we actually have access to those bad habits more so now than we did before. Now, on the boredom side, which is the third thing, people who report high levels of boredom, they tend to have a very avoidant disposition. They tend to have a very compartmentalizing type of approach to their life. For example, these individuals are more likely to experience depression and anxiety because they don't handle their problems as they come. People who tend to get bored more tend to be the same type of people who in their day-to-day will stay away from handling problems in real time. So now we're stuck at home, we're surrounded by a bunch of boredom, and this could play right into depression and anxiety. So I'm telling people, you have to be creative. Like, make a list. I've been telling my families, make a list, put it on the fridge of really creative things you guys can do from home, or things you can purchase online, like board games and things of that nature, or build something, right? So I'm telling parents to help their kids build life skills, do things at home that maybe you guys didn't have the time to do before. Learning to change a tire, just as an example, building something. I mean, there's a lot of learning about finances, a lot of little things that we can spend our time on now that maybe we didn't have before. But you gotta curve that boredom, guys. You have to keep yourself occupied, because we just don't know at the time of this video, we just don't know how long we're going to be staying in this type of ebb and flow of isolation. So guys, those are my 3 pieces of advice when it comes to the quarantine. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Please leave comments below, subscribe. Again, this is a place for mental and physical health videos to help you and to help my clients get access to some free resources that can be beneficial. Guys, as always, remember, mind, muscle, maximize.